Hey guys, welcome to Instant Film Friday. I wanted to record a quick week in review episode where I talk about some of the pictures I've been taking this week. I have been using the Polaroid Onestep 2 extensively, as well as the Polaroid Mio that I recently picked up. Now, I have been using the Mio more, mainly because the Onestep 2 film is a little more expensive and you only get 8 exposures in the film cartridge of the Onestep 2 as opposed to 10 exposures in the Polaroid Mio format, the Instax mini film. But yeah, so I'm going to start by talking about the pictures I have been taking with the Onestep. I took a total of 4 pictures, and I only have 2 because I was with a friend and they took the other 2. But it was more experimental than anything. So the first picture that I want to show you is this right here. I experimented with double exposure. Now I want to mention that the Polaroid Onestep 2 does not have a dedicated double exposure feature, but I found a hack online where you could essentially turn an exposure into a double exposure by employing this hack. So this hack basically goes like this. You press, I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to take a picture, but you turn your camera on, you're going to press and hold the shutter button. Now make sure you hold it, and then on the back you're going to push the on and off switch up, essentially turning the camera off without ejecting the film. Now when you turn on the camera again, you just take another picture, and the second picture will be superimposed onto your image, which is awesome. So there's that. And then the second one I want to show you from the Onestep 2 is this image right here. I messed with the self-timer feature. The one thing I want to mention about the self-timer feature is when you're setting the timer, the button is right there, and it's super hard to tell, at least in the lighting I was using, that the timer was on. But you turn the camera on, you press the button, and the little timer button actually lights up, and it's faint. At least the lighting I was in, it was pretty faint. So the first picture I took, I pressed the shutter button, I didn't know it was on. So when I finally saw the light, I ran, and the picture got taken before I got into position of what I wanted to take. So this was the second picture that I took using the self-timer, and I actually made it on time. So just be aware of that when you're using the Onestep 2. One thing that I mentioned in my Onestep 2 unboxing is that this camera actually has a tripod mount on the bottom, which I did not use when taking that self-timer picture. But I think I will get some use out of that next time I take this out, because I think that's a super cool feature. Now, on to the Mio. I really like this camera. One thing I do not like is there is no macro feature. It is just a normal focusing range, and then you have a landscape mode. So just be aware that when you take this out, it does not have a macro feature, so selfies are going to be near impossible unless you reach out super far to take the picture. But I do like the fact that there is a lighten and darken mode in this camera, because I did end up using that a lot, especially in low light situations. This camera was pretty good in the low light. Instant cameras in general are not that good, but this fared better than some of my other cameras, especially the Mini 9. So this was in a coffee shop. As you can see, the picture is pretty dark. This is in normal exposure. Me and my friends Beth and Heather. And then this one is in the same coffee shop, but this had the lighten feature, and as you can see, it worked out really great lightening up the shot. So I took a few different pictures using the lighten mode. This one, I used the lighten mode, but it kind of over lightened Heather's face. which wasn't bad, but just be aware that in specific lighting, specific rooms, just be aware of your features. And then, yeah, I took this really cool picture while at the park the other day, so there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep using these cameras. I really like them so far. Obviously, they aren't perfect, but no camera is. So yeah, I'm gonna experiment more, especially with the Onestep 2. I'm really enjoying that camera. But the Mio is a trusty companion. I have been taking this more than my Mini 9 for my run and gun style pictures. So definitely check this camera out if you can get your hands on one. But I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, live life instantly, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.